Hello there, welcome to Go With It. My name is Ben. That is Jared, also known as Wolverine, apparently. And we watched X-Men season number 5 in preparation for the new X-Men
We're
series.
finally
It's actually been
done.
out a while. I'm excited for the new stuff, by
We're
the way.
finally
But we're talking
done.
about the old stuff.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so this season was a lot shorter.
Yes, it was.
Do you have any specific episodes you wanted to talk about, or you just want to get into it? What do you got to tell me, bud?
So here's the thing. These season, as we talked about, season 1, pretty good start. Season 2, downhill. Season 3, really good. Season 4, fantastic.
Yes.
We went back to season 2 with this one. I was not a fan of this one at all. I didn't like this season. I had a lot of problems with a lot of things.
Okay. So this season for me, I liked it in places.
Mm-hmm.
I think what caught us off guard is because it was short and the animation change, and it's just a lot of things kind of happened all at once,
Mm-hmm.
and it like kind of ended abruptly. I don't know why I'm trying to excuse it. That is just bad. I'm sitting here trying to excuse it, and I just listed like 6 different things. No, it's bad.
For one,
But I like some of the individual like arcs or episodes.
okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. I think there's only 2 episodes that are worth your time in this season, and
Okay.
that is episode. Dang it, I have it like listed as 5. I think it's
Old Soldiers.
Old Soldiers. Yeah, good job. Old
Captain America
Soldiers with
just
Captain
shows
America.
up.
It's literally a flashback of when Wolverine was in World War II, and it's Wolverine and Captain America versus Red Skull.
I like how he still had claws.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I was like, they just gave him like big knives.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that one was great, and then the season finale was really good as well. Graduation Day. I guess the series finale,
yes.
in a way.
Yes.
I didn't realize Professor. Well, I guess we already got into Worth Your Time, kind of. Right? So we can spoil. Yeah.
I don't think we do worth your time with this. We do a rating because it's a whole season.
True, but it's still called Worth Your Time. So.
Yeah. I think
Anyway.
it's worth your time because at least the ending's worth it.
Yes, but you can skip through some episodes like Jubilee's dumb theater with a bunch of dumb kids.
Yeah, that was it. That was filler nonstop. Oh my goodness.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen, man. I was like,
not okay. No, there's Mojo was worse.
I don't know, man. Those kids were pretty freaking annoying.
Okay, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mojo was absolutely terrible. But I didn't realize Professor X was gonna die in this.
But he didn't.
But he kind of did. You know, they kind of killed him.
Yeah, I guess.
And he gave him a whole death where he literally said goodbye to every one of the X-Men. I was like, this is really touching.
So he died in the stupidest way.
Yeah,
died.
What even was it that
they have a button that just kills mutants? Just boop, yeah. Like he just like turned his brain off, but he was still conscious and alive.
Yeah,
I don't understand how that injured him enough to like make him start dying.
Yeah,
it's a cartoon. Like I don't know. So the first arc was stupid.
The Phalanx arc.
Phalanx Covenant, yes. It felt out of nowhere, and it was just like these villains all of a sudden are now working together, the heroes, and I'm like, where is like the rest of everybody? Because this is the problem with these things. When they'd be like, oh yeah, it's a world-ending threat. I'm like, so the Avengers are canonical to this universe. We've literally seen them.
Yeah.
Where the frick are they? Where's everyone else? Like,
yeah. I was not a fan of Phalanx arc or the next arc, Stormfront. That one.
Stormfront annoyed me.
Yeah, pissed me off, dude.
I felt like if they did Stormfront correctly, it could have been good.
Yeah.
But the way they handled it, the dude was clearly just a douchebag. Yeah. Storm was like, I love him. And I'm like, you've met him? Literally? Was this Frozen? You met him yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, falling in love with the
Storm, is it
villain.
that easy, honey? Like, come on.
It's like,
You need some
oh my
standards,
goodness.
girl.
It's like, oh yes, I love him. It's been like a day. I'm like,
Hmm.
huh?
Yeah.
I was like, it's so stupid. There's a whole 2 episode arc about it too. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is
I was like,
ridiculous.
man, we're giving 40 minutes for this, but the series finale gets just 20 minutes of, just one episode. Okay.
I found it hilarious how it's like clear red flags, and the whole time she's like, well, he's actually a good person, and I'm like, he literally yelled at his slave girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Like threatened to kill her or something. And Storm's like, it's okay.
It's
I'm
okay.
like,
Just don't do that again. Like, come on.
Storm has been perpetually represented awfully in this show.
Yeah. She's had good moments, but never like they just kind
But
of
any Storm centric episode is she's just been like stupid.
yeah.
Every Storm centric episode, I'm like, this character is awesome. Why you keep fumbling the ball with her?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like they did Rogue well. Why could they not do Storm
Oh,
like
I love
decently enough?
Rogue. I love me some Rogue, man. That country accent does it for me for some
Okay,
reason.
I have a question for you. We
Okay.
talked about it briefly, but the animation change. How'd you feel about that?
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really notice that big of a difference until you said something. But it's because I guess I just like started it like
Mhm.
without even thinking about it, after a few like about a week or two of being done with season 4. So
There are a couple character designs that I don't care for. Like Beast looks a bit, I don't know, not as toned or not as
Mhm.
defined. Just kind of like smoothed over, like his whole appearance. And just some of the characters felt a bit flatter.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was
Not
Storm.
Rogue.
Rogue. Okay. But Storm. Any
Yeah.
time you see her face, it was just like
Wonk.
she had
Yeah.
no definition to her face.
Look like a potato.
Yeah, basically. Like a nice baked potato.
Hmm. Okay, so after Stormfront, we had Fifth Horseman,
The Yes.
which I thought was filler. Did not care
Yeah.
for that one. And then
I hate that. How they're like this giant villain, Apocalypse, who's the end all be all, and they've defeated him like 5 times now.
yeah.
I'm like, really? He is not like they make him be this big character, but he never is.
Yeah. Oh, I did like one other episode. I did think one other episode was worth your time.
Are we gonna get there? Because I have an idea of what it is.
What is it?
Is it Mr. Sinister's
Yes,
backstory?
Descent. That one was good.
Yes.
I liked that one.
Okay, that one. Okay, so I knew nothing about Mr. Sinister. Like zero
Yeah.
until this episode.
Yeah.
So like I had no idea that him and then Charles's family had a whole history.
Yeah, neither did I.
Had and I'm like I was just like, oh, so this is like a generational thing between this guy and then the Xaviers.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. And like, I don't know, I thought it was interesting the whole Darwinian approach to it.
Yeah,
Like, the
like
whole
Charles Darwin
setting
just
was
being in it.
interesting.
Yeah. I was like, okay. We
The whole
got
thing was
evolution guy
interesting.
here.
And I love how they did portray both sides of that whole evolution debate, I think, very well.
Yeah.
It didn't feel one sided. It felt like they represented both sides pretty good. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It just felt like a solid, like a character that I knew nothing about. Honestly, before I didn't care about because I'm just like, he's just a throwaway villain. But they're like, no, he's not. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. They made me care about a character. When you can do that, I'm like, okay, this is a good episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So all in all, not much to talk about in this season. It's very short, like we've said, and then there are
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of filler episodes. But those 3, the ones I liked, I really liked. So
The one with Cannonball, or sorry, that's the kid who worked in the mines. His hero name is Cannonball.
Hidden Agenda, I was
Yeah.
not a fan of that one at all.
That was like a rogue just shows up. Any 16-year-old kid sees Rogue, they're going, yes, ma'am. Like they're follow. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like there's at one point where Rogue pinched Gambit's cheek, and I was like, wait, she can touch him now?
Did she not have gloves on?
No.
I missed
I
that.
think
Jeez.
I think it was probably just an animation mistake, but I was like, unless her gloves are skin colored, she straight up just like pinched his cheek.
Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh.
graduation. I know we talked about it briefly, but let's go through graduation day.
Okay.
So this definitely was a setup for future events, and I can see why people were upset that the show ended and why they're
Yeah.
thrilled that there's a continuation.
Yeah.
Because while the it's there's A and B plot. The A plot is Xavier, dying. B plot, which is kind of the bigger plot, is like the world going to crap. You know,
Yeah.
um, and I liked how at the end Xavier really showed his sort of maturity and his sort of mentorship and like isolating every single one of the X-Men, their abilities, their characteristics, and saying, okay, you may not understand it, but this is where you're good. This is what you are good at. Like giving them sort of comfort.
Yeah.
And I liked how they really highlight out things, like especially the part about Gambit. I didn't even think about it, but how he's always trying to play, he's always trying to prove himself as the hero, being like a thief, like
Yeah.
origins. And Xavier's like, dude, you've proved yourself so many times. Just like you're good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's silly, but I just like that sort of like that sort of intimacy between all of them. It was really nice,
Yeah.
and I literally started tearing up. I was it was so funny. I wasn't even in the same room because I was like cleaning dishes real quick
Yeah.
when this part happened, and I'm like, I'm crying. Go try to wash dishes here. I didn't even see it,
Yeah.
and I ran into the next room just to see, I'm like to finish watching it, and I was like, oh,
Oh my
I was
gosh.
really crying during that episode. So, how do you feel about
That's great.
the setup for the continuation?
I'm pumped. I want to
Yes.
know, like now, like we get to start the new one finally, and there's still time to catch up before the season finale. So I'm excited. I'm really
Do
excited.
you think it was a cop out calling in the Shi'ar and having Xavier technically live?
No, because as long as they, nobody's ever really dead in Marvel movies or comics. There's always a way for them to come back. I think the only two people
Yeah.
who like die and can't come back are Uncle
Side
Ben
characters.
and what was the other one? I
Hero development characters, I guess you could say.
yeah, like Uncle Ben is like one you can't bring back. You cannot
Yeah. Hmm.
keep Uncle Ben alive, or else that like ruins Spider-Man's character.
Well,
So
Uncle Ben wasn't really in Spider Man's life in the MCU. He didn't
yeah,
even
but
exist.
like
Aunt May took the place.
yeah, and he did
And he was
exist at
Spider Man
one
before
point.
Aunt May died.
Yeah, so I think there was an Uncle Ben. It just didn't bother doing the origin. And
I don't know. I'm curious about that. I don't know.
there are moments where you see like little hints. Like in Far From Home, there's a briefcase or his suitcase.
Hmm.
It has the initials of BFP, so Benjamin Franklin Parker, uh, and he says something about to Ned at one point, like I can't do that, not after Ben or something, not after you,
Mm.
Ben. So, not if you ruined Aunt
Oh.
May.
I ruined Aunt May. Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty, dude. Again, like you said, this was a very short season. It's
Mm-hmm.
not really a whole ton to talk about.
Yeah,
Um, I'm really excited to get into the new stuff
I'm
because
really
I
excited
want to know
too.
what happens. How many episodes are there out right now?
I want to say 7.
7. Okay. And
Yeah,
they're like same length, 20-ish minutes.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I know they're going to be good because there's
Mm-hmm.
been a billion good reviews and I keep having to avoid spoilers online.
I know.
So I'm happy to finally watch them and not have to avoid those spoilers. Anytime I see anything about it, I'm like, skip,
Swipe
swipe.
away.
I just
Swipe.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So might be good, might not, but it will be. We're just gonna have to go with it.